Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where it is a very special day because we have our good friend Chris O'Boyle here, and he is going to announce that there is now going to be a galloping race at the Apple Festival.
You know, that's the greatest thing to ever come out of COVID was you and the galloping race that we did. I still joke about that because, you know, our outgoing president, Brandon Davis,
Yes.
we were giving him full props because not only did we have to change ride companies, he went through COVID, but I
Yes.
said, just think, Jennifer gave us the galloping races. You know? So now when I'm on stage, or our new MC Jace, when he's on stage, I said, when you do this, you got to make sure we announce that you got to gallop.
You got to gallop, man. Life is so much more fun if you gallop to get where you're going.
And I've never heard anybody say that to you, okay? Until you said it, I was like, okay, it's a thing. I gotta make
you've
people
heard of
gallop.
skipping, you've heard of walking, you've heard of running.
Yeah.
Why not gallop
Why not
wherever
gallop?
you're going? So anyway, no, I'm just teasing you. But Chris is here. You are the new president, right, of the Apple Festival.
Yeah, big honor for me, my family. Been part of the organization for over 20 years. So
Yes.
I'm proud that my all the guys had faith in me to vote me in the position, and I'm looking forward to it.
That, or they just were trying to punish you, one or the other. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, it's a lot. It's
is
a lot of
work.
responsibility and work, but I'm not the only one. There's a lot of guys. I know we always talk about the red shirts, but despite what people hear, not one of us are getting any kind of paychecks, and we do a lot more than just the Apple Festival. So we start planning the Apple Festival and other events the week after the festival ends. So
you got it.
It's all year round.
Well, we're going to hear way more because you have a major. I don't even know what it is. I wouldn't let him tell me. Major announcement. You're going to hear it first here on Main Street TV. So I'm super excited to hear what it is. And we're going to hear about it just a minute. But first we have a message and then we'll be back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Chris O'Boyle. And of course, you are a member of Jaffe, which if you want to tell everybody a little bit about Jaffe, and just in case people don't know, because you and I were talking off the air, and I want to make sure, and you want to make sure that everybody knows that Jaffe is not just a group that puts on the Apple Festival. You are way more than that.
Well, you know, the whole point and what I think every member we have, including all of our, you know, members' families, because it's not just the guys at the red shirt, it's our wives, it's our kids.
It is.
It's everybody involved. It's our friends. You know, it's a lot of people are involved with this, but we do more than put on the Apple Festival, which we're very proud of the Apple Festival.
Oh, as you should be.
But Dave Sheward is our new Jaffe president.
Okay.
And so some of the things that a lot of people might know is we do 10 food giveaways every month, or 10 food giveaways during the year.
Yes.
We
it's
feed
huge.
approximately 225 families. That every Saturday we do one. We also have a kind of like a food bank going on up at the apartments over behind the skating rink for those people in that community.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And then
Well, look at you go.
we also have took over, we started a program working with the elementary schools. We call it Jackson Apple Kids. And we feed about 30 kids. We get, every couple of weeks we send a bag of food for them to take home. Stuff they can make. They can make for themselves. They can easy, and it's not complicated. And you know, we're very proud of that. And I will give Dave full credit. He spearheaded this. I don't want you to think that I did this, But it takes a lot of work from these guys because we have to, even on the food giveaways, we have to pack all these boxes, unload trucks. And, these are men and women that are coming from their regular jobs to do it. But
Yes.
every couple of weeks, we are taking, we're feeding about 30 kids at each elementary school. We take bags up and give it to them. And we're very proud of it. At the same time, it's very humbling. We don't want nobody to go.
No.
We don't want no kid to go home without food. So if we can help. And so a lot of our events that you guys see, we just had our spring dance.
Yes. How'd that go?
Oh, it is always a blast.
Huge.
Yes. And we're going to try to make sure that more people get out there because this thing has been going on. I have been a member for over 20 some years, and this thing has been going on way before me.
Yes.
And it's a blast. And what's great about it is there's people of all ages.
Listen, if you want to put your evening gown on, cool. If you want to come in your pajama pants, cool.
Cool.
Nobody cares.
And Rick Kay is just an awesome entertainer.
They're so fun.
But we have our golf outing coming up May 10th at 2 o'clock at Franklin Valley.
Okay.
$260 per team. We're trying to get 18 teams out there.
Okay. And how do you sign up for that?
We have it on our Facebook page. There's things out at the golf course.
Okay.
You can reach out to any red shirt, anybody reach out to me on Facebook and we can get you hooked up. But I say all that and all the things we do, the money does not just go to the Apple Festival.
Correct.
And the money we get from the Apple Festival doesn't just go to the Apple Festival. It goes to as much things as we can do to help our community, but keep our Apple Festival growing because we are, this is our 84th Apple Festival. And if you want some history, we've only been shut down. We've only been shut down a couple times.
Yes.
World War II.
Yep.
Couldn't imagine. And then I want to say once again, Brandon Davis, our outgoing president, that man had to endure a ride.
The hits just kept on it coming, didn't
He
they?
went from we went to COVID and shut down, and then the following with crazy COVID rules and our ride company saying adios, and we had to get.
My gosh.
Now we got Big O, which is an awesome blessing. They work with us hand in hand, but. Brandon endured a lot, and I can't thank him enough. And
he did it with really good smile on his face
all
too,
the time,
but good attitude.
I think sometimes I think he might have got older, even older than he is for a couple of years. But it's like once again, it's the reason why we've been around so long is because if throughout everybody's life, I don't care how old you are, I guarantee you've heard of a festival that is no longer around.
Oh.
Tons of them.
Sure. Absolutely.
But the reason why we are around is because these men and women from the trustees that have been around, we have members that have been part of this for over 40 years.
Right.
And then they pass this down and we gain and we work, and it's always to make sure the festival is best for Jackson County. And then, we get people, it is really crazy on our side because we're in contact with, people up in the governor's office. These people call us and just want to know what's going on at the Apple Festival. We want to be down just because we've been around so long. And there's only a couple festivals in the state that can put the years behind it. And I'm hoping one day now, getting up there, but I'm hoping I can see 100. It's coming.
That would be great.
That's
Wouldn't
what
that
we're
be
gunning
so
for.
cool? We it's so interesting. You tell people, and I can remember when I went to college, up in Columbus, and you say Jackson, and people are like, whatever, Mississippi, and you're like, no, and they're like, well, you sound like you're from there, and and I'm like, yeah, probably. But anyway, but you mentioned the Apple Festival or the Apple Tower even, and people are like, oh yeah, I know that. In fact, I earned some brownie points from a couple of my professors one year because they started giving me money to bring them back apple butter and stuff. And I was like, okay, I got you. And so, and apple cider and things like that we take for granted that we just assume everybody can get hold of. And Not necessarily. Not everybody has a Victory Grange making apple butter outside their front door, like we do.
You know
so
what?
it's really cool.
One of the tough things for us is that I always make a joke because after about Monday evening, my phone is just, hey, will you pick me up? Will you pick me up?
Will you give me this? Will you give me that?
I have a friend that he come to the festival. He's not from here. He's from Pittsburgh, but he come down here one time and he's like, now I get a message, hey, send me some apple butter, please.
Yes.
So they know me. I go down there like, you got to wait till everybody your turn. I'm like, I need the butter.
Give me the butter. Give me the butter. No, it is so true. And did I tell you the story about the guy that was traveling through? This is like the best story. So, we just opened the new tap room, and we had been open. We didn't get open for the first year for the Apple Festival, so it was kind of like, I guess, 9 months in that we'd been open, and so we're trying to still figure out. Last year was our first Apple Festival at the new place, and we're right in the middle of it.
Yep.
So we're still trying to get our bearings and whatever. And this guy comes in right at 11 a.m. We had just opened, and it was the Wednesday of the Apple Festival. We're not normally open on Wednesdays. But we opened for the Wednesday of the Apple Festival so that people could see the parade and, whatever. And Sky comes in and he's like, this town is awesome. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I just have been traveling and I've been looking for just like cool landmarks to visit. And I Googled, I'm driving down the highway and I Googled cool landmarks near here. And it said that there was an Apple Tower in Jackson, Ohio. He's like, so I stopped by, I just pulled off the road, and I drove to this Apple Tower, and then there's an Apple Festival going on. And so he just happened upon the Apple Festival to, he was stopping to see the Apple Tower. He's like, and then I got on, and it said that there was this brewery in town. And so his mind was blown, completely.
Yeah.
He was just losing it. And I guarantee you, he will remember Jackson, Ohio, because it was like the gift that kept on giving.
There's a gentleman, and I don't know if he still drives for UPS, but sometimes the truck drivers and the UPS guys, and in fact, their GPS don't really necessarily acknowledge that we're having an Apple Festival.
That makes sense.
So I had this gentleman. He was very unhappy, and he said some choice words, and I was like, I can't help you. You can't drive there. So he went and made delivery. He parked down by the apple butter booth. And he had to walk. He had to make 3 trips up. So this is when the pharmacy was still open. And he was just very upset. He was very upset. And then, but an hour later, I see the same guys walking through, and he looked at me and said, hey, I just want to apologize to you. I said, that's all right, man. I understand. He goes, no. He goes, I parked down there by that apple butter place. I got apple butter. And he said, you know what? I took my lunch. I got a cinnamon roll. He goes, my wife and my sugar's probably not going to be happy. But he goes, so I see him regularly now.
That's awesome. And you won him over.
Yeah, so. But, and, I also want to take this time to thank, our organizations, our churches, the Kiwanis, the city of Jackson, the tourism convention, Total Media. I mean, just to name a few, and I hope I'm not, all there's so many sponsors named. We don't have enough time on the show, but without all these businesses and all the people coming together in the community, we couldn't do this just on our own. But
it takes a village, literally.
Literally, and I think I'm really thinking this announcement is going to put a lot of people into a very happy mode. I'm lucky because I'm gonna say this again. Brandon Davis, Brandon had to endure COVID and had to endure a ride company change, and then I come in and I get to get this big announcement.
This is great.
This is awesome. So, if you didn't know, the Buckeyes won a national championship this year. Am I right? I think everybody knew this.
I do believe they played that game called football, and they won the national championship.
They won the national championship, and, everybody's excited. Well, as a diehard Buckeye fan, one of the first things my excitement about was always the announcement of the schedule.
Sure.
So this year we have an odd thing with the festival. Normally it's the third full week of September, but because of the way the calendar fell, it's actually the sixth. It's the third week still, but it's not actually the third full week. It's September 16th through the 20th.
Okay.
Those are the dates. Lock those down, people.
16th through the 20th of September.
So I'm on Dave Stewart. My phone rings on the 20th because any diehard Buckeye fan, when the football schedule comes out, you're ready to plan your tailgate experience, what games you're going to go to.
Oh, yeah.
But like it's like 6 a.m. and I'm literally getting just like halfway. I'm just not even got my coffee yet. And Dave calls me. He goes, the schedule came out. I was like, I know the schedule come out, Dave. He goes, no. My sister called me, and it took me a minute. Listen, the schedule came out. Did you see the bye week? And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, the 20th.
Shut up.
And I said, wait a minute. That's our festival. He goes, yes. And I said, man, something that we haven't had at the Apple Festival since 2001 is, can I say
Yeah.
the best
Go for it.
band in the land? The Marching Buckeyes, the Ohio State Buckeyes, will be here confirmed at the Apple Festival. And if everything's worked out, they're also going to actually perform. We are working with the school. They should be performing at the band show.
Oh my God, it's so cool.
Yeah, so this has been we would have had this sooner, but of course that national championship playoff that they had to play and the band had to go to, he was like, listen, our schedule is so crazy. Normally we'd have this worked out already, but we have to wait. So a week ago today, we were on this meeting, and I wanted to just tell you this. The current band director, and I should put his name down, I want to apologize for the Ohio State Buckeyes. He was a graduate assistant in 2001, and they were at the middle school when it was the old high school.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, he goes, listen, we go to they go to the Pumpkin Show.
Sure.
They go to these other festivals because we come down, he goes, we're in this smaller field, the smaller stadium.
Yep.
And he goes, it was so packed. He goes, the street around. It was like, and they were so excited. Like, I am not gonna lie, I was prepared for a negotiation. Like, I'm sitting there going, okay, we were like, I had myself,
Yes.
Joe Wyatt, and Dave Stewart. We're in our office, and we're like, we look like we're about to go tactically, like, negotiate this monster deal. And they were like, so what's the details? We're in. They were just so excited.
Woo!
So
exciting.
it's going to be big. They're going to go up to the show to open up the show for the high school. If
Oh
we
my
can
gosh.
we're working with Mr. Hurd, getting these details worked out with the high school. But you think about it, our new stadium compared to when they were here.
Oh,
versus the middle school.
Better.
So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to see them. And then they are going to march through the Saturday night parade.
Oh my gosh.
And we are so excited to have them. And I just can't, we haven't got our Friday night entertainment worked out yet. We're still working on it. But I told, and Brandon, once again, say his name a lot, but Brandon's our entertainment chairman. And I said, I love Friday night entertainment. We always have good, but I'm just so excited about the Buckeyes marching through. 270 people that will come through, and I can't wait to see Script, Ohio done up at the field.
Yeah.
I just don't know. My wife said that you've got to stop smiling a little bit, and then I'm also like,
never.
we're working on. There's a lot of details to work out. And we are going to be doing some fundraising, and I go back to like our golf outing and stuff like that. Anytime you see something going on, and just still remember, we're getting a lot of support, but we also are still doing those other things, support kids, feed families.
Absolutely.
So if you see an event, please sign up. Please come out, have fun, because that's all we're going to do. But I knew you'd be excited.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Do you know how many more people are going to come to the Apple Festival? Do you know what that's going to do for our economy?
They said in 2001, they estimated 20,000 additional people came, which we typically, I don't know how many people know this. Typically, we estimate we average about 80,000 to 90,000 people at the festival on Saturdays when it's just a good weather days.
Wow.
So
So upwards of 100,000 people.
Let's be more than that, because this, as they were telling us, we are actually working hand in hand. So Ohio State's just not coming down to perform. Ohio State is right now working on marketing them coming. Got their whole communication team.
Sure.
So he said their words were, back in 2001, he goes, "This is the kind of things we would market to get people down to your festival." And, we had a blast last time. He goes, "But I'm just going to let you know that what we do now would be like, when I was growing up with the cordless, the cord on the phone."
Yeah.
It took me an hour compared to what
you guys don't remember that.
we got these high school kids. I they don't remember cords on the phone. It took me an hour to dial one number. But he said the reach, and hopefully here we'll come back down and announce some. We got some potential guests that'll be here for Saturday, but we got to confirm it. I don't want to put names out there yet because I don't have them confirmed.
Sure.
But we do have confirmed that the Buckeyes will be marching here at the Apple Festival Parade.
And who gets to see the Ohio State Marching Band for free?
Free. Well, you'd see the parade, but the school has their show, and they have little. They have their interest, but how many people? It's not cheap to go to watch a Ohio State football game.
No.
Especially, it's not. But
and it's a lot of hassle sometimes.
Yeah. So this was going to be our own backyard. They're going to be here, and I'm just going to say this again. The staff with the Buckeyes, they are some of the nicest people I have met, and there was no negotiation. They's like, we want to be there, and like I said, the band director, and I will text you his name. I want to apologize, but I forgot his name. I'm not the great. I just learned my own kids' names after this year. So, but
let's see.
I will get that to you, but they were so excited. There was nothing. They were just like, we are ready to come. We're ready to march at the Apple Festival. And I want to wrap it up by saying that was the words they said. They said, listen, we go to the Pumpkin Show. And, rarely, a lot of people don't know this, rarely does the Buckeyes have a bye week in September.
Yeah.
It's a very rare thing.
Oh, my gosh. It's just fate.
Yeah, and I believe, don't quote me on this, I can't think back all the way, but I do believe in 2001 when they hear the Buckeyes actually had a
is that the director?
Had an away game. I'll let you announce that one.
How do you say that?
I think
Hawk. Dr. Christopher. It's Hoch.
Yep. And I want to apologize to him. I'm terrible with names. I'm awful. But
you're awesome.
I just saw the Buckeyes. That's all I know. I was like, We got done with that meeting. We're all three smiling ear to ear. But
gosh,
but the last time they were here, I believe the Buckeyes played away, and they just didn't go.
Okay.
I don't think that. So they have a bye week, so they have no other commitment, and they're going to be here. So not only will they come here to perform and march in our parade, they're also going to be. They're going to come and enjoy the festival. That was the first thing he asked. He said, "Can the men and women enjoy the festival?" And I said, "We want you.
Are you crazy?
To be here."
Yes.
So, and they're going to do some media tours. So maybe we can get some people down here to Main Street TV.
Yes, that's awesome.
It's awesome. But I'm just so excited to put that announcement out there.
As you should be.
And thanks to all the guys on the board. It took them this help to get us there, and we're looking forward to the 2025 Apple Festival.
As you should.
Now, I can see if they gallop. I'll ask if at least someone might gallop if one of them might gallop.
If we could get the Ohio State band to gallop through the Apple Festival parade, it would just make my, lifetime.
Yeah. I just think how powerful they are at the shoe. Like when they come in. Yes. I have just... Now, the only thing...
Is there going to be a window left in downtown Jackson?
I don't know. Now, the only problem we have is all of our guys, because, all of us, they're working the parade, which is a big ordeal. A lot of people don't know how much it takes to run the parade.
Yes.
And all them guys, and that's the first thing I have. Wait a minute. We want to watch the Buckeyes. So
we're smitten too. Yeah, the whole world. That is such a cool announcement. And thank you for getting right on it, because I'm sure someone else would have snatched him up quickly.
Well, we got to thank Dave Seward's sister. She called him at first, and then he called me. We were literally, I bet you Ohio State had called, emailed, and then we reached out to everybody we could, and they were wonderful. They acknowledged us immediately. They didn't even put us on a back burner, even though they had the playoffs.
Sure.
And that, traveling from site to site, which was amazing. So
that is so cool.
Come
Absolutely.
out. You don't have no reason to come out to the festival and not see the Buckeyes. So come out, get your apple butter, get your apple cider, enjoy all the stuff that we do, and have fun. And please, if you thank all the organizations, thank the men and women that are a part of this. But also, if you see an event, please come out and support us. I mean, like I said, we're doing more than just putting the Apple Festival on.
No, and I think that I'm glad that you said that, because it's so very important for our viewers to understand that you all are a service organization first and foremost.
First and foremost.
And the Apple Festival is just the icing on our cake, for the public and the folks that get to enjoy it. And, it's a lot of work for you, and all the other things you do.
It is a lot of work.
It's fun.
But we have a good time, and that is, as my wife will tell you, that's our second family.
Sure.
Most of us have been together now for a very long time. We see each other. You see your family regularly, eat dinner and do all this stuff. We see our family regularly, and we work together, and then we spend all week together, during the festival. So some of us, group of us are usually up there from 7 to 11, 7 a.m. to 11, sometimes 1 a.m. It just depends. But and they put a lot of work in, but we are just excited. And like you said, the Apple Festival is just our main source of income that supports great causes.
Yep.
So.
All the, and anything that we can do to help our local youth, the kids, people need to eat. And whether you believe it or not, there are issues out there, and you all are helping out.
And
with
then
that.
when we have our Christmas, Christmas, we give, we provide Christmas for 414, I believe, 414 in those numbers, kids for Christmas. So it takes a lot of money to do that, and we know we want to put these events on. But we want to better the community. We want everybody to jump on board. And I think if you are interested in volunteering, we're always looking for people.
That's a good point too.
Yeah,
if you want to be part of this.
Yeah,
and it can be men or women. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, our men are the official members, but there's nothing. My wife is in charge of the Queen's Tea on Saturday. We got wives that are in charge of our kids that are in charge, because our big Queens and Little Queens contest comes up Easter weekend.
Oh yeah, that's coming up too, isn't it?
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see you there, right? So, but it's a lot of things that it's an organization that has many branches of people, then all the way down into our community, to our organizations, to other, people that just come out and help. We have people that support us from out of state. Literally.
Oh yeah.
We have people that are always there supporting us. But we thank everybody, and I hope this announcement was big. We've been holding it in.
So exciting.
I've been like a kid at Christmas morning. Like,
you're like gonna
I
burst.
just want to tell everybody. But the Buckeyes are coming to the Apple Festival.
How exciting is that? The Ohio State Marching Band. Oh, it's going to be so cool.
And thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Chris, you're welcome anytime. You know that. And, while you're at it, plug the real estate.
Hey, the big guy in real estate here.
If you need to buy or sell.
Red Apple Realty, the big guy in real estate. We're very proud of it. We're coming up on our 1 year anniversary
Already.
Yeah, and we started off with myself and Robin and Karina, and now we've added multiple agents, and we got other agents in, and we're a growing business, and we're so excited. But once again, it's a great community to be part of.
You're exactly right. And Red Apple Realty, you can stop by the office there. And it's in the same complex across from CVS and kind of the post office.
Right beside the Elks.
Yep, right beside
You
the
can reach
Elks.
me on Facebook anytime. I'm
Yeah.
always willing to help.
Yep. Old Chris O'Boyle, and you can find him. He's not hard to find.
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, Chris, thank you for coming in. Man, did you start off our Monday with a boom? That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great announcement. Absolutely. All right. Well, we do have some friends from Jackson High School, and we're going to find out what they're up to right after this couple of messages.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Today we're expecting a cloudy day with highs of 59 and lows of 38. For tomorrow, we are expecting a 60% chance of rain with highs of 54 and lows of 35. And for Wednesday, we're expecting a 30% chance of rain with highs of 52 and lows of 32 with wind spans ranging from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jade. Our own little weather girl. Is that not the cutest?
That is good.
Well, welcome everybody. And we have our friends from Jackson High School, of course. But let's see, it's the BPA.
Yep. Business Professionals of America.
There we go. Now we know what it is. And so tell everybody who you are.
I'm Adam Rippeth. I teach media at Jackson High School.
Yes, you do.
I'm Braylon Brennan. I'm Sydney Carpenter.
And Sydney is our local chapter president.
And I'm a regional chapter president. So
yeah, very good. So this is so cool. And so, Mr. Rippeth, could you explain to everybody kind of like what BPA is and what
absolutely.
It stands for?
So BPA is Business Professionals of America.
I don't think did that exist when we were in school? Like,
probably not. Probably didn't.
I think it did.
I think when I was in school, maybe it did, but I wasn't sure, what level. So BPA is Business Professionals of America. It's a career tech student organization. So basically you have to be in a career tech class that offers BPA in order to participate in it. So kind of like FFA is for the ag program. So our BPA is very big in Ohio. So basically what we do is we do competitions is the big thing with it. And those competitions usually relate to...
A little friendly competition.
Yeah. Those competitions usually relate to whatever class you're taking, right? So ours is all in the digital media realm because those are the classes I teach. So these girls are both on the media team also.
Yeah.
So it kind of ties that together with it, yeah.
I think let's back up for a minute and talk about the media team because, I would have done anything to... I was lucky enough to grow up in a real radio station, like my whole life. And got thrown to the wolves by my father many a time. Like, here's a microphone, go to the fair and talk to people, because I don't have anyone else to do it. Yeah. And that's kind of how I learned. But it would have been so cool to be able to have that kind of stuff in a learning environment in high school, because we didn't have anything like that. So how did the media program even get started?
I think it started before I even took it over. It started when they got the video boards for the gym and the stadium. So they needed someone to make content for that.
Well, who better than the high school kids, right?
So Lisa Walker actually started out with it, and then when I came from industry and started teaching, she asked if I would take it over.
So you got voluntold?
Yeah, kind of. But I'm glad I did, and it's been a great blessing. And these kids work hard. They're always working and doing stuff on Friday nights, especially. They're on the sidelines, or Sydney runs the video board usually on Friday nights. So, I couldn't ask for better students to help us out.
So listen, I'm just going to tell you, and I'm going to toot your horn for a second, is, thank you for what you all do, because when we first opened the new tap room, we had somebody mention, like, why don't you put up the high school football game, the Jackson High School football game? Yeah. And I was like, I mean, yeah, it took me, yes, I can logistically do that, and that's cool. I don't know if that's going to take away from, the other normal things that we would have on the TV, like the ESPNs and all that stuff. And so the first one we did, number one, the production quality is like, I can't even tell that it's not ESPN. Like, you guys kill it. Yeah. But number two, it is so fun because I don't care who the people are. You walk through and it's packed and everyone's looking at that TV.
That's awesome.
Like, and I'm like, okay, this is a thing. It's really a thing. And if I forget to put it on, God help me, because it's like, hello, the high school football game is not on. But the quality, what you all do, is so professional, and I think those skills that you're learning are invaluable. But obviously, you're doing an amazing job teaching as well. Does he do all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does.
He does. Yeah.
We'll keep him.
They're great kids too, so that,
Yes.
they make me look good, I think.
So how did you start? I mean, there is a lot that goes into this media stuff.
So when COVID came around, that was the big push because people couldn't really go to games. So then we were like, okay, what can we do to help, So we just started live streaming, and then it just kind of stuck, and we've just gotten better and better every year, I think, figured out the ins and outs and what all it takes to make a good production. So, we have kids that show up and work hard, That's the main thing, I think.
Well, I think that is the main thing, and it's like, A, you're learning stuff, but B, you have to be having a lot of fun too along the way, right?
It's a lot of fun, yeah. It is a lot of fun, especially with social media nowadays. Like, it's obviously really popular in our generation, so we're just able to play around with that a lot and just promote our local sports. It's really fun. I think we all enjoy it.
Yeah, so we also do that. Like, we have kids that do graphics too, so we make like game day graphics. They do like a photo shoot, to get all the photos they need, and
it's crazy.
Post those daily and all that stuff.
If you haven't looked at their streams, like that, it is like really good. Really good.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is kind of the background of the media thing. And what are some of and then we'll get to the BPA part of it, but what are some of the things that you do other than like streaming a high school football game, with the media program?
Mm-hmm. So there's different I would say groups within the media team. There's like graphics, there's video production, we have some podcast people. So with graphics, it's most of the taking pictures for media days. Whenever like Seth Fain is there taking our photos for sports, we'll also have a little section set up, and the photographers will come in and they'll take pictures of what they need for their graphics so we can post those on our social media. And then we do the same thing with video. So I know for football, we go out one night during the summer and we have all these lights and we make a hype video that we can fog machines and stuff
that we can put up. Cool!
Yeah, and then the podcast, we have a little media room off to the library in our school, and they just podcast about, I don't really know, it's different things.
Yeah, they do mainly sports. It's called Ironman Insider, so it's on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out, but they do a good job. And then Sydney's also on the news show. We do a weekly.
I was going to ask if you guys do like a morning show or.
Yep, we have a weekly news show where we just keep everyone updated with upcoming events, and then sometimes the esports will have a segment on there, birthdays. We just keep everyone updated.
That's awesome, you guys. And so I would think that are there other schools doing to the extent that you all are doing? Like
similar, but not to the extent that we do.
You all
not
are
that I've
killing
seen.
it.
Yeah, we presented once at the High School Board Association. There were big schools there, and they're like, "These are kids doing
You're
all this
doing
stuff."
what?
Yeah, they were very impressed, and they were caught aback. Like they have professionals doing all that stuff, but we have kids, and it's still the same quality. So they were very impressed by what our kids are doing.
Well, I encourage you to come through, watch their stream, and compare it to anything else that's on your TV, and you're not going to be able to tell the difference. I'm telling you, it is amazing, absolutely amazing. And I know, away games are tough, things like that, because you can't control internet speeds, and sometimes you're not able to do what y'all want to do.
Yeah.
But one of these days we'll get high-speed internet in the world.
Yeah.
Or on Standpipe Road.
Away games were
Like at my house. Would be great.
They're supposed to be running Spectrum out there, so maybe you'll be lucky lately.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't even get me started on that, because they done tore up my driveway.
Oh, no.
They were standing in my driveway the other day, and because my parents just got it grappled in, and I was like, that's literally my parking spot.
You're like, no. But no, maybe it's all in the name of progress. I'm not going to judge quite yet. But that's neither here nor there. Other than high-speed internet would be great. It's 2025.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's definitely a necessity, I think.
Yes, absolutely. So, how do you know, like, what to teach these kids? I mean, like, media is changing daily. Like, technology is changing from minute to minute. Like, how do you keep up with all
Yeah, I'd probably
that?
drive my wife insane as much time as I spend outside of school, like trying to figure out what's the next thing, what's the new technology we need to be teaching these kids. So I just do a lot of research and see what, current job markets look like and what kind of jobs people need. But social media is big right now. You got to have people that know how to use that for marketing purposes and just use social media in general. Some of the stuff, like they make TikToks and stuff. I don't have TikToks. I'm like, you guys are in charge of that, because I don't really know what we need to be doing with it.
Same. So my husband makes TikToks, and we laugh so hard. I was like, how did you do that? He's like, I have no idea. I just put some stuff in there, and it like appeared.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it looks really cool. But one of these days he's going to do that, and something inappropriate is probably going to pop out. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway.
But I think it's so ingrained the way that they've grown up. They're not afraid of using that stuff. They're not afraid to be in front of the camera. Like, that's just part of their generation, I think. And
it is, which is great, because listen, if there's anything in the world, and you all are already doing it, but public speaking is by far the number one fear of humankind.
Yep.
And if you all are able to get out and talk with people, be comfortable in front of a camera, be able to talk to adults and kids, and you're way ahead of the game.
Yeah. I think that BPA gives them a lot of opportunities to do that. Like Braylon's a regional officer, and she had to give up and give a speech in front of our region, so that was
I had
good.
to make a video and write a whole speech for that, and then I had to go up in front of our whole region and give a speech.
Yeah.
Was that freaky?
It was really scary, but it was really fun, and I enjoy it. So.
And then their projects they have to present them to judges, after they're done, and then they do a great job, obviously, because they're headed to nationals for the second year in a row. So they're doing a great job.
So BPA, tell us what all you guys do within that.
Okay, so BPA, like you said, we can be officers. So I'm the local officer, so that's just holding our meetings at our school in the morning before school. Braylon's a regional officer, so she could tell you a little bit about those
I'm just a secretary. We just discuss things that we're gonna do for BPA, events that we're gonna hold, and things like that.
Do you have to actually go somewhere for a meeting, or they do it online?
Sometimes we went to Wellston to, where was that?
What was the name of that little restaurant? I can't even remember. It used to be Rocket Pizza. But
it used to be Rocket Pizza.
The patio.
Yeah. We went there for a meeting. Sometimes we just hold them in school. It just depends.
We had one at Jackson. Cardo's is very big.
Yeah.
So our regional officers, there's a couple kids from Oak Hill, and then one from Wellston also. So they are very active, and they're successful in BPA as well. So shout out to those schools.
They help out with the regional awards ceremony, and then they also travel to schools and kind of talk to other people to get more involved within those schools. But on top of that, we have our projects. So we're on a video production team, and this year we had to make a 3 to 5 minute video about the farm to table movement.
Okay, I was gonna say, do they give you a topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you found out, since I have a restaurant. And her parents make really good donuts, by the way. Go to the treatery.
We actually
Free
filmed
plug.
them last year for our project because it was
last year's project was about the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Cool.
Yeah, so we filmed pretty much just in town for that.
Yeah.
But this year we got to visit Circle M Farms.
Yes.
And we talked to Tammy Mercer.
Yes.
She kind of took us on a tour. We got some video and interviewed her. And then that was our farm portion of our video.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our table or the restaurant, we went to Jackie O's in Athens.
Okay.
Yeah, so we kind of branched out a little bit, got in contact with a few of their managers, and we took a trip down there. It was really fun. Learned a lot.
Did you get to go to their farm as well?
No,
we didn't have time to go to their farm,
Okay.
unfortunately, with just the
the weather.
timing
And it was
and
also
the weather.
winter.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's kind of hard when
Yeah.
the farm isn't really doing much.
Probably not.
Colder
Yeah.
months.
You know, as we're all shoveling out 14 inches of snow still.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we did get to go to the restaurant, and she
Cool.
talked a little bit about her farm and gave us some insight. So we got to know a little bit about it.
Yeah, very cool. So then you're given a topic. You put this.
We take a bunch of clips, pictures, and then we just import it into Adobe Premiere, and we just edit it from there.
Just supposed to be an informational video about the farm to table movement. You kind of take your own, you just have your own take on it.
Yeah.
And, apply all the stuff you learned in classes, like transitions, effects, B-roll, everything. We all do this in one platform called Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just put it all together and then just make a video. We have to go present it at the regional level first, which last time I was here for basketball, that was the day of the regional awards ceremony.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, so we
That's
found
right.
out that day that we got first in our region, and then we moved on to state. When was state?
It was March 9th through the 11th.
Yeah,
So
so the
just
state,
recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the state leadership
okay.
conference. We went to Columbus and we went to the convention center. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we just presented to a panel of judges there, and we found out that Tuesday. So was that the 11th?
next day, yep,
Yep. We
after
found
they
out the next
presented.
day that we made it to national. So we placed third at state, which is
Against,
pretty hard.
20
It's really hard,
teams.
yeah.
It's pretty hard to
23
do at
teams.
Ohio. We have 10,000 members.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
So-
it's over
guys.
10,000
So it was
members,
pretty
so
big. We
it's
got
a
to
big
stand up on the
organization.
podium. It was fun.
Yeah.
So, do you get to kind of tweak your video or whatever? Are you able to?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume they gave you feedback and stuff like that, or do they not?
Yep.
Yes.
So each time we present, the judges, they'll return a sheet to us with all of the critiques and stuff that they thought we did well or stuff that we need to fix. So at the regional level, we had a lot of audio problems. So in between regional and state, we had to do a lot of touch-ups on the audio. We presented at the state a few weeks ago, and we just got our judging scoring back a few days ago. So we're working on stuff. There's not a ton that we can fix just because of the time limits and stuff, but we're doing our best to make it better for nationals.
Very good. And so when are nationals?
May 7th through the 11th in Orlando, Florida. So they get
So
to
you
go
get to
to
go to-
Disney
Oh,
and Universal.
cool.
Yeah. So.
How fun! So will you get to actually go out and have some fun too?
Yeah,
Yes.
we
That's
do. We
cool.
get to do a couple fun things. We're going to Universal for 2 days and then one Disney. It's kind of hard to work around their schedules because they do have to compete. They still have to present. and do
Yeah, I
all
mean
the
you're there
things,
for
so-
a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you still get to have some fun
Yep.
too.
We definitely have fun. They got to go to Chicago last year
Yeah.
for nationals. Unfortunately, they didn't get to go the whole time because of track, but they were there for a few days.
We
so.
went 2 days late. Was it a
was
day
just
or
a little
2 late?
weekend
I don't know,
trip.
just weekend
Yeah,
getaway.
it was a little
kinda,
weekend
yeah.
trip, yeah. But it was really fun.
That is so awesome. So when you go to the nationals, will you? So this is you're competing against kids from all over the country.
Yes,
Then.
yes.
So what do you do to make yourself stand out? Do you wink at the judges hey?
Well, last year was our first year, so we didn't really we didn't really know what was going on, and we had Maddie Walburn to lead us.
yeah,
So she kind of just carried us through the whole
Very outgoing.
Yeah. So we were kind of nervous this year, without her, but
This year, we know a lot of it's in the presentation. I think
Yeah.
we all have very bubbly personalities,
Yeah.
and we know our project is good enough to get us there, and we're working hard to improve, as in the next few weeks. So we know that it's gonna, if it wasn't good enough, it wouldn't have made it. So we know it's gonna compete with others.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So we're not
You belong
yeah,
there.
Yes.
we're not.
Yeah.
We're confident, and so
Yeah.
we just know that we have to go in there, be ourselves, be bubbly, and just make an
we like
impression
to
on
be,
the judges.
Yeah, we like to be very outgoing. We walked into the state room and we were like, "Hi guys, how's your morning going?"
I'm telling you, the wink works. If you don't add the wink, I'm going to be disappointed. Be like,
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
I think the hardest thing is Ohio is really competitive and really good. The team that got first at state also won nationals last year from Pickerington North. So it's like Ohio is very competitive. So them to make it out of Ohio is great in itself. So.
And that's saying something. Ohio, we kind of kill it in Ohio. Like, I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, we're just, this little Midwest state that, like, does really well at a lot of things. So, well, very good. So now, are there other teams from the Jackson area that have moved on?
Yeah, so we have a presentation team of all freshmen, actually, that got first at state. So they're moving on to
what?
And did they get a perfect score?
They got a perfect score. So
all around.
it was like 280 out of 280 on both judges. Yeah. So they really killed it.
What would that be? Like, what did they do?
They did a presentation team. So basically, they were given a topic. It was AI, and they just had to build a presentation of that and present it. They worked so really hard. They put hour upon hour into that, and it paid off, I guess. So they're headed to nationals. Yeah. And then Oak Hill has a couple kids that made it. Kenton Michael, I don't know if you know him, but
I do.
He made it to nationals in graphic design promotion, and then Wilson had a few kids. So around our area, there are a handful of kids that made it too. So
that is so exciting. You guys are going to have so much fun, and I think what is so good is, I asked about the feedback, because it's like, if you don't get feedback from judges, it's really annoying. And you can't improve yourself because you don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So
our
that's
judge for state, he made a whole video critiquing everything that, like, we needed to fix, things that were good.
The judges are very helpful throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the whole point, because at the end of the day, you all are in high school and are still learning. So this is fantastic.
Yeah. And it gives them some real world experience, The people that are judges at state are like people in the industry, so they they know what to tell you to fix or what they've seen and stuff like that off their experience. So definitely beneficial. Cool.
Yeah. So what else do you have left with the media team this rest of the year? Are you guys seniors?
No, we're juniors.
Juniors. Okay.
Yeah.
Spring's a little hectic because we have graduation. We have they're doing kindergarten graduation videos and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Stop. Yeah. That has to be. That is the cutest.
Yeah, we're going next week to film, so that's going to be really fun.
We have the musical coming up, so they'll be there Wednesday filming. And
we're going Wednesday. We like to get backstage film, for the seniors and stuff for senior film. But yeah,
kind of just wrapping everything up. I think the kindergarten videos are probably one of the biggest projects we have left. Yeah. We have a few special projects for the valedictorians this year, and then graduation. Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Plan for next year, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to do it all over again.
One last time, they'll be seniors.
I know,
so one last time.
Oh, that's right. Are you guys looking forward to being seniors? Or are you kind of sad to see it come, or what do you think?
I'm excited in ways, but also it's a little scary, especially because I don't really know what I want to do after I graduate. So I feel like it's going to turn into a time crunch a little bit, but I am excited. Yeah. I am excited.
Very good. Yeah, it's like just this roller coaster of emotions. I remember senior year.
It definitely is. Yeah.
It's a lot.
I'm not excited because I have to replace them. That's the hard part for me is I have to find kids that keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. But how many kids do you have in the media program?
I don't know, a lot. It feels like it grows every year. I think we have about 30 between fresh 9 through 12. That really want to do stuff. So we kind of narrows down a lot between freshman and junior year because it is a lot of work. And kids are busy, they do everything. They're in 3 sports and, they do all the clubs and all that stuff. So they're extremely busy. So I'm just fortunate they make time to do this stuff too. So.
It is interesting because it's such a catch-22. You have to be in all this stuff, to get into college and do all that. But it's oh my gosh, how do I have time to do all of this stuff? Yeah. And I feel we didn't have to do all the stuff you guys have to do. So
That's for sure. Definitely
I don't know how you do it.
I don't either. I don't know how they make the time for everything.
I don't either.
Craziness.
Yeah, and study and all that.
Sees us stressed all the time. It's
they stress a lot, but they still get it done.
Yeah.
They procrastinate a little bit on BPA, but they still did.
It's okay. We made it to nationals.
That's right. They made it to nationals, so it works. It works for them.
Exactly. That's how it goes. Oh my gosh. So that is so exciting. So have you all been to Orlando? See, you cheered? No.
No, I don't.
You don't cheer.
No.
Okay.
No, we haven't been. I have never been to Orlando.
Oh, you
I've
haven't?
been once when I was like in kindergarten, so it's been a while.
Fun. So you guys are going to get to go. Are you going to go to Disney or just Universal?
We're going to
or-
Universal 2 days and then one Disney Hollywood Studios. So we'll
Oh,
have
you
time
guys
to
are
go.
going to have
Yeah.
a blast.
Yeah, we're dressing up.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be Anna. I think we have a few outfits planned out. Just
Oh,
she's
you're
gonna be
dressing up
fun.
like Disney characters?
Not like wigs and dresses.
Oh yeah,
They'll
We're
be
not
like,
that
you cannot
extra.
ride this ride with that on. No.
We're not that extra, but definitely ears. We're gonna get some ears for
I'm gonna be Olaf.
Love it.
There you go.
Super cute.
And they're fortunate too. We're fortunate that Buckeye Hills and Jackson really support BPA,
Yeah.
and so they don't have to really pay for anything for
Yeah.
these trips. So it's a great opportunity for them, and we just appreciate them allowing us to do this stuff because it's a lot of work and a lot of money, I'm sure, to send these kids everywhere. So
You've got it, but it's also, and this is like goes back to what I was just talking with Chris O'Boyle about is, our kids deserve what they get. You all work so very hard, and you deserve to be able to go there. Like it's not just like a free ride to go somewhere. You're working towards something and a goal.
Worked hard. Yeah.
And you're also representing our community in such an amazing manner. And, I think kids get thrown not away. You get a bad rap sometimes. Oh, kids today and, whatever. You all are doing amazing things.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Because you're the future
thank you.
of our
Yes, exactly.
of us. And that means a lot. So, all right. Well, we have 4 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
You guys got anything else?
Trying to think. Oh, shout out to Ellen.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ellen.
this is-
We love you.
She's my supervisor, Ellen McCain.
Yes,
So, yeah.
she's also my next door neighbor.
Yeah, and she goes to all the BPA stuff
Yes.
with us. She's very supportive.
She took us to Chicago last year.
Yeah, our
Because
Yeah,
we
she
had
had
to
to
get
fly
late.
with them.
Yeah.
because they had to come late. So
Oh, gotcha.
And leave early.
And leave early. Yeah.
yeah.
Ellen's awesome.
But this time they get to go the whole time, so that's
Yeah.
good. Good
Yeah,
for
that
them.
is good. Well, okay. If you had to Chicago versus Florida, I mean, that's cool that you get to go the whole time
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful too because I've got to go to California, Dallas. I mean, just
Yeah, you
because
got
the
to
kids
go
have
on these
made,
trips.
made it everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That is very fun. All right, so Taylor Swift. So Maddie and I talked about this, so I have to ask you guys. So Taylor Swift, yes or no?
I like Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor Swift.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
She and
I do not like Taylor Swift.
You do not like Taylor
Well, I just don't like. I don't listen to popular music, and I'm old, so 90s, 2000s. That's still my stuff. So. My daughter loves
get
Taylor
it.
Swift, though. So there you go.
Hey, there you go. No, I think if you had to have a role model for your daughter, I would much rather have her than a lot of people. So
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
at least she's kind of stayed out of trouble. Yeah.
And my daughter's in the musical also, so she's excited for
is?
this week. Yeah,
Oh, I
she
didn't
is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Very small part, but she's in there.
Aw.
Yeah, she'll be dancing around. and
Fun.
singing.
Are you guys part of that too, or?
no,
No,
we
yeah.
are not a part of the musical.
We just have to get clips.
But
of
we've
it.
heard that it's really good. It's
Yes.
the Newsies, so come out and support.
Yep.
I'm not sure their show times,
It's
but
this week. I think
Yeah.
7
weekend, yeah.
Friday, 7 Saturday, and then it's
3.
2 or 3 on,
on
Sunday.
Yep.
So
And I have to go to all of these. So all of them. Support my daughter, but so it's good. Yeah.
okay,
I like
get
Newsies
that.
though. It'll be fun.
I love
Yeah.
Newsies. It's
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
good.
good.
You know what's so funny is I was telling them when they came in the other day, I'm like, I've never heard of Newsies before until Jackson did it, and they were like, it's like one of the most popular shows on Broadway, or it was, and I was like, sorry,
I know we have a lot of.
but I
media-
know it's amazing and has a wonderful following.
Yeah.
a lot of media kids are in that too, in the play itself
Yeah.
and then in the orchestra. So yeah,
Our drama kids definitely work really hard. They're like
Yeah.
dedicated. Like they put
They
their
do,
heart
for
and
sure.
soul into it. Yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of people, it's kind of like so many other things that happen is people just assume that things magically appear. Like the play just magically appears, and these kids have been working on it since, Christmas break,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they
practicing
do work hard.
daily and, all of that. So
Yeah.
I think it just kind of gets overlooked sometimes, and they deserve the credit that they get too, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at that age. Get up there and
No way.
perform.
Yeah.
No, I think they're there like 7:00 sometimes for like show prep, and
My,
then leaving track practice early.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just having to communicate with all their coaches. It's
Yeah, so
It's a lot,
my daughter's
yeah.
makeup time is 6 a.m. for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I have to get up and get her there and then come back home.
Yeah.
So
Whew, it's a lot, that's for sure. Well, I want to thank you all for spending your morning with us. I know you so hated to get out of school, but they were devastated that they had to go second, didn't get to go back to school early. No, I'm just kidding. But no, thank you all, and we're so proud of you, and keep up the good work. And Mr. Ripa, thank you for what you're doing and teaching these kids as well, because obviously it starts at the top, and they wouldn't know what they were doing if it weren't for you. So
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. Can't wait until September for the Apple Festival, and the Ohio State Marching Band is going to be in downtown Jackson.
Maybe we can go film that.
Probably for the band show. You definitely need to.
I would say
band show for sure.
Absolutely. That is such a major announcement. Thanks to Chris O'Boyle for coming in and yelling it out first here on Main Street TV. So exciting. So, all right. Have a great day, and we will see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.